Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have a possible foundation dupe video. I am comparing my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk to the Revlon Candid foundation. Now, I've applied this so many times throughout the years, and when I was applying this, I was like, this really reminds me of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. So today I'm going to be doing this half of my face with the Giorgio Armani and this half of my face with the Revlon Candid, and we will see if it's a dupe. I can't do a wear test, but I will let you know in the description box how it wore. You just have to trust me. I will be 100% honest with you. So let's get into the complexion. First, I'm going to prime my face as I always do. I'm going in with my Dermalogica. This is Age Smart SPF 30 smoothing primer. So it's going to definitely, it's a skin tone primer. So it's going to blur our imperfections, provide us with that SPF so that if we forget, it's in our primer. All right, so this is gonna blur and do everything for us. This is the only primer I'm gonna use. And I definitely trust this. I've been using it for years. I just don't use it on camera like ever because it's so expensive. I don't want you guys to have to feel like you have to pick up something super expensive. So straight away, I'm going to be going in with one pump of the Luminous Silk 5.5, taking my Real Techniques buffing brush and just apply away. I think I'm going to need one more half a pump. So let's see. Just build that up in the cheek area and a little bit on the forehead because I didn't cover it all the first time. I don't think switching a foundation brush is going to mess with, how a foundation wears or anything. So I'm going to be doing a separate application. All right, so this is what my beloved Armani Silk looks like on this side of the face, and this side of the face has nothing. So let's go ahead and do this side of the face. I've got the photo ready candid in the shade 310, so I'm just going to go in with one full pump of that. Looks about the same in the Morphe Y6. I'm going to apply this to this side of my face. My forehead. Honestly, the one pump of this feels like it's going to be equivalent to the 1.5 pump of the Giorgio Armani, in my opinion. So, but to be fair, I will put another half of a pump, like little tiny bit. Go over the cheek and the forehead area just as I did on that side. So besides the shade match, I think everything should look the same. No, I'm video. No. Sorry, I wasn't talking to nobody. I was talking to my daughter. She was like, did you call me? So this is the Revlon Candid side. Let's take a look. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. You guys, I can't tell a difference. I actually think this side is a little bit more full coverage, but it still has that dew. This one's a little more dewy. But it could be the shade match. This one's just a little bit darker, where you get a real good up-close view. You guys, they look the exact same to me, honestly. Seriously? The Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is somewhere between $65 and $90. This Candid foundation is like $13.99, $9.99 if you have a coupon. So I cannot tell a difference. The feeling is the same. The textures are very similar. This one's a little bit more runny and a little bit more radiant, but this one still has the radiance and a little bit more coverage. But looking at the skin, I mean, when I smile, you still see the radiance here, here, and here, and on the forehead, and on the chin. The same. So just on first impressions, these are the exact same thing. I would 100% think the Revlon is the Giorgio Armani, so I would highly recommend it as a dupe. As the day wears on, I will update you in the description box, letting you know how each of them wore, breaking down, separation, greasiness, oily, all of that. And so I will just do a quick eye tutorial with you and put on blush, bronzer, and everything on my face, and then we'll call it a day. So I'm taking out the Violet Voss Pro. And I just want to use this palette for something quick and easy, I think. I mean, why not? If we're here, we should do a tutorial. But I'm so shocked because I just was thinking, I was like, you know, that reminds me of something very, very similar. I'm going to powder my face down both sides with the MAC Studio Fix with the It Cosmetics brush, because I'm going in with some powder products. And obviously avoiding the under eye area because we need to do concealer. For concealer, I've actually been dying over this Essence Camouflage Waterproof tattoo covering freaking concealer. I mean, man, this stuff is awesome. It's got a weird doe foot and it's thin formula, but this stuff is amazing. Coverage, it's not thick or cakey. It's $2.99. I'm like legit dying over this. I was very iffy about this. I was like, man, this is gonna like break up. It's gonna crease because it's so affordable, but nope. This is some serious coverage. I'm talking like even more than Tarte Shape Tape coverage. I've never seen this amount of coverage ever. It is so full coverage. It has a slight scent, nothing huge, but it's so full coverage. Do you guys see how full coverage this is? And that was such a small amount. It doesn't crease, it doesn't cake. I don't even have to set this, but I will anyway. And I'm just gonna go into the Maybelline Fit Me powder in light. So I'm just going to set those areas down where I did the concealer. This is seriously amazing concealer. You guys have to try it. I had never heard of it, and I went into Ulta the other day and I just got it. And it was the best purchase ever, and I was so skeptical about it too. It's about 89 degrees here today, so this will be put through a true wear test, but can you guys even tell, like without this shadow here, a difference in my skin at all? The answer is no. The answer is no. So I got this Essence. It only comes in one light honey, and it ultra covering liquid concealer with matte finish, covers instantly dark circles, blemishes, and tattoos, long lasting and waterproof. 5 mils for $2.99. I'm like, yes, please sign me up. Okay, now going in with the Violet Voss Pro palette. Got this in a BoxyCharm, and I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm just going to be going in with Bestie at first. Just doing like a traditional, nice, easy, neutral look today. Nothing crazy. This is also going to be a good bridal look. If any of you are inspired to do bridal makeup, this tutorial will be for you. So I'm just going to build that up. Same brush, it's the Morphe M433. I'm going into brownie points right here, and I'm just going to really deepen up that crease. Not so bad, but I'm going to deepen it up a bit. Just putting this in the crease, and we're not going higher than the transition shade that we just put down. So just like that. For the outer corner, I'm going into Teddy Bear. It's this dark chocolate. shade, and for this I need the mirror. So I'm just going to kind of set that like we always do, set it down, and then blend it slightly. And this palette, there's no fallout, it's not patchy at all. That's why it's a cult classic, it's a cult fave. So that's what that looks like. Next was with just my finger, I'm going to take Ploof, and I'm going to set that down with my ring finger. Just very light, nice bridal makeup. I could even title this like dupe / bridal makeup because this is so close to a bridal tutorial. My dogs literally go crazy over nothing. There's literally never anybody outside. And I don't know why they go nuts every single time. So that's where we're at now. Just building it up a little by little. And then to ease into this transition, I'm going to take Cool Beans. So it's just a little bit darker of a shimmer. Placing that in between. Just so it's not so harsh and the colors can blend into one another. Do you see how that looks? Do you see just how diffused this looks? It's elegant, it's effortless, and that darker shimmer really helps marry, you know, the darker outer corner shade, so it all looks blended and gradient and nice looking. I'm going in with the liquid liner, Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I'm just going to do a small light liner, no wing, nothing, and then I'm going to put some lashes on and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I ended up going in with the Kiss Pompadour lashes because they're wispy, a little bit thick, but they're really flirty and you can still see the eyeshadow through it. So we're all done with the eyeshadow except the bottom lash line, which is like the most important probably. I'm going to take this pencil brush and I'm going back into Ploof. I'm just going to put that on the inner portion and also dragging it into the inner third. Just like that. So that it really opens up the eye. Then I'm taking this Sigma small shader and I'm going to be going into brownie points and running that along the lower lash line. Just because we don't want it too closed off. So just like that. Don't mind the rustling upstairs. My kids are just playing. So I'm going to take my Tarte Fake Awake. This is just a white liner. I'm going to line my waterline down here with that to really brighten and open up the eyes. Black will close off your eyes. And for a wedding day, I would really want my eyes to appear nice, bright, and open. I'm going to take this face powder from Rimmel in the shade Nude and this e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm just going to place this right along where I would have the hollows of the cheek. I'm going to contour just a little bit, not too crazy, and just take that up into the hairline. Nothing too much. I'm going to contour the nose. I don't want a very harsh contour, just something small contour in the jawline. I'm not going to leave it like this, I promise. So then I'm going to take a separate brush. I'm actually going to take the foundation brush so it's not so harsh and just blend it upward and down. Blend it out that way. And I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of this powder and put it under the lip so that it looks a little more full. And I'm just going in with a total face palette. So I'm going to be going in with the Tarteist Pro Glow. As you can see, it has everything we could possibly need while I'm blinding you with bronzer, blush, and highlight. So I'm going in with this full palette. Super easy, super convenient, and already we look like a bride. So beautiful. And these two parts of my face look identical. So yeah, for the dupe. So first for our bronzer shade, I'm going into this bronzer here. I'm just going to tap gently and then sort of in swirling motions, buff upward and out. And just buff this over the perimeters of the face. that we have a nice, even, bronzed look going on. Obviously, we want to look our best for our wedding day. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't want to look their best every single day? That's what I want to know. I always bronze my chin just a little bit. I'm going in with an oldie but a goodie. I'm not going to be using the blush from this palette because I have a special true to my heart blush that would look great for any bride, any wedding, anything special. And that is the original MAC Warm Soul blush. They do have a reformulated version. I have the original, which is no longer available, but it looks like this. It's the most subtle sheen. It's almost like a bronzy, glowy, just beautiful peachy blush. It's like the most beautiful blush in the whole entire world. I don't know why they changed the formula on this, but you can never go wrong. I always place a lot of blush. I've done a ton of brides in my freelance work, and I always go very heavy with the blush because it fades. It's the first thing to fade. So if they have a really long day, you know, I really go kind of crazy with the blush, and then I just sweep it everywhere else so that it looks nice and cohesive. As you can see, look just how pretty that is. So gorgeous. Then last but not least, we have our highlights. So I'm just going to go back into this palette, and I'm going to take the champagne in here on a Milani brush, and I'm just going to place this up here where the light would hit. I'm not going to place it on the apples of my cheek, just slightly up here and to where the light hits over here. I don't want it at the tip of my nose. You don't want to emphasize that area. So I'm going to take it from here to about here. Chin and the upper lip. I need to do something about my nose, like fix this situation really quick. Obviously, I look a little crazy right now because I'm baking, and I don't want this to have any shadows for a wedding day. I went in with the Urban Decay 24/7 waterproof lip pencil in Naked 2. And to top that off, this is the super long-lasting liquid lipstick, but it's not like a drying matte liquid lipstick. It's nice and healthy. It feels very comfortable for a long period of time. It is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip in All Natural Nude. This can be trusted time and time again. Oh my gosh. It's just so beautiful. It's the healthiest nude. It's not too peach. It's not too weird. I'm going to brush off this powder, and then we'll see the final result. See what I mean, guys? I really needed to clean that area up. So the look is complete. We are going to use the Gerard Slay All Day. This is trusted time and time again to be worn throughout the day through heat, sweat, anything. This will last forever. So we want to get that done, and then we want to press this into the skin to really seal everything in and make it look very smooth, very airbrushed, very polished. So if you want to keep your lipstick matte throughout, you know, the ceremony and everything, that's totally fine. It's up to you. But you can also add a gloss to your lip. If it's too matte for you, you can add a gloss. So you do what you wish, you know. Well, you guys, this is the finished look. What do you think? Both sides look the exact same to me as formulation-wise of the foundation. Take a look. They both look the same. I'm going to see if they wear the same. You're welcome for a bridal tutorial as well. And here are the eyes. That's the way they look. And I think it's just ethereal, very light. You can switch the lipstick to like a lighter nude, but this is just what I would wear. It is a classic look, not too overdone. It's very light and beautiful, and you can add a gloss to your lip after the ceremony or whatever you feel like doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe at the end. It is free, why not? And hit that notification bell so that YouTube notifies you each and every time I upload, which they haven't been doing. So please follow me on Instagram. Link is going to be in the description box down below. And also I'll let you know how these two performed against one another. So it's the Armani versus the Candid foundation. I'll update the description box. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.